Kasakai Devika, how are you doing?
I'm good, Utkarsh. How are you?
I'm doing well. So glad and so happy that you could make the time for this Ideas Kasakai session. Thank you for making the time.
Yeah, I finished all my household work in the morning, so it was possible.
Devika, I'd just like to ask you for the starters, what what drove this idea or what drove this thought that this platform of ours, Kasakai Ideas, needs to evoke a particular sense and have people from different walks and different departments. What was this idea about?
I think it was just staying connected across the organization and see how people are doing. We do call people and ask them how they're doing, but this is a fun platform to hear and see their faces and hear them in their personal life, what they are up to and what they're doing. Because if I call them as a HR manager, it's very different. And you calling them and having fun on Kasaka Ideas is very different. So that's a
That
different
is true.
angle we get to see of employees.
That is indeed true. So, how does it feel like to be on the other side of the table today, to be called and asked how you are doing?
It feels great. And let me tell you, like I have some employees like Wasim, Abhishek, they just called me and they said, we saw you online and we thought we should call you and ask how you're doing. And I thought that was great. I felt so good when they said that to me.
Well,
So it
that is a
happens
very
that
kind
way.
gesture. Very
Yeah.
true. Very very true. So, well, picking up on conversations, I'm pretty sure that you may have seen the little Kasakai interview with Prashant, and Prashant happened to mention that a lot has changed, but everything still remains the same. So, drawing onto that and in some inspiration from that, how would you describe it in your own words? How would you say that a lot has changed, but nothing has changed truly?
I think when you said the word change, it actually reminded me of a small story. Actually, something that Ravi said to me, Ravi, our founder. So the last trip that he was here, he said to me, "Change is a train, and if you're on board, you're safe. If you're standing on the platform and looking at it, then it's bad luck." And for 2 minutes, I didn't understand what he said, but what I realized is, if you're moving with the change, it's a constant, and if you're off the train, you're in trouble. So I think we're all moving with the change and adapting to the change. And as an HR team, I think we in Ideas have also adapted to the change, and we've kind of converted all our initiatives that were in person into virtual, which you must have seen. I think we all, as humans, go through a lot of change, and we have to adapt accordingly.
Okay. Well, I have two responses to what you just said. One was the story about chains and the train. That reminded me of one incident from Mumbai, where a very close friend of mine happened to mention that if you don't carry chains, you're not allowed on Mumbai locals buses. Sorry, that was a very bad joke. Yeah, you'll only hear chala pude chala, nothing else.
I've never been there.
No, you never
Pune
been
Chala, no,
there.
in
Oh,
Bombay locals, you get thrown out
oh, that is.
just once.
I was talking about local buses, not the Mumbai local trains. Yeah, local
Okay.
trains you don't really need change. You'll change by the time you get off the train. That is for
That I
sure.
agree.
As a person.
Yes, for sure. It happened to me. I'm just glad I got
Okay.
off on the right, means I was thrown out on the right station.
Okay. All right. No, but drawing on that same question, what initiatives would you say were the easiest to turn into the virtual platform which once weren't? So, for the folks who are listening from home and I just like to give you a prelude or a little history to what we are talking about. Before we got onto this interview, me and Devika, we had a quick impromptu chat, and he was mentioning about the virtual onboarding, the other session like the ideas book pool session, etc., that have moved to a virtual platform. So, Devika, I know I stopped you short there because I wanted to learn from you more on this interview. Could you tell us a little more about these?
Yeah, so my team has actually worked very fast to convert in fact, all the initiatives virtual. I think because we thought the lockdown is going to be only for 2 weeks, so we wanted to cover it in that 2 weeks, but looks like it's going to continue for a long time. Uh, we've converted the entire recruitment process online because we can't stop hiring. Uh, the onboarding process is online. we've started with a new learning and development initiative, a training which is called Bite Size Learning, which is totally virtual. We moved all other development initiatives like Ideas Talk, Book Pool, also virtual. The reward and recognition program. We used to have a nutritionist and a doctor consulting in office. We've now those people are on call for employees at any point of time. So almost everything is virtual now. And I think what was easy is we are all digital. We are all using the internet and connected through the network. So it was not that difficult to kind of make it virtual. The other thing is, even if we go back to office, what we've decided is to have two modes to every program. So we'll always have a virtual version and an in-person version. And what I think makes sense is where virtual can be used even after going back to office, it should be used. And with that intention, we've really designed foolproof programs that will work in the not work from home situation also.
Wow. I mean, just imagine this. Work from home is such a thing that uh, you've got to apply for it in Portico if you wish to work from home. And here, work from home is your new normal. Is work from home really the new normal for you? I mean, are you used to it now?
I'm used to it, but I'm not liking it. I'm a people person. I love to meet people. So I don't think I'll like to continue in the work from home situation. But I've spoken to a few employees and I think they're liking it. So I don't know what's going to happen. And in the future, are we actually going to, is it really going to be the new normal and a lot of people will be working from home? I cannot tell. But we are ready with all the initiatives. So even if people have that option of working from home, I think we'll be able to manage.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about virtual onboarding, the word and the term seems very new to me. Could you probably break it down for us and maybe explain it to us a little more?
I think onboarding is when a new hire joins the organization, and it's just in the current situation, he's not able to walk into office. So we kind of created a program for him that he feels like he's actually in office. So we even created a virtual tour for him of the office. On the first day, he meets with his manager, he meets with his team. They have all video calls, so it's not that he's just listening to their voice, but he's actually meeting them in person. Just that it's a video call, and he meets with the support team, he meets with the HR team, he's given his goals. So everything that is done in person, the same format is followed in the virtual onboarding process. And it's not only day one, but it's through the month that we'll keep connecting with him and having video calls with him to make sure that he has everything he needs in office, at home, to do his job well.
Wow, that sounds good. Well, I'll give you some personal advisory on this. Maybe if you get bored and to spice things up, you could prank one of the new people who are coming. Show him a blank set of chairs and ask him to identify who sits on whom, or probably show him a chair, and this is where you're not going to be sitting for the next couple of months, and show him a very spooky meeting room and say, "Wait here,"
Yeah,
but then try this on your own.
I think we'll come to you for those kind of ideas.
No,
You
no,
could
no.
run those initiatives.
Sorry. Sorry, the next thing I know, I'll be sitting alone in some chair in a meeting room. HR will speak to you in a minute. I am not risking that at all with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure work from home is something that we did not ask for, but then got a lot more in the bargain. But has it taught you something new in the last 2 weeks? Have you come across something that you learned very recently, and probably thought to yourself, "Oh, I wouldn't have learned this if I wasn't working from home and you know in this situation."
So I think I got to know a lot about my team at a personal level.
Okay.
What we decided is Monday to Thursday we do our regular stand-ups at 10:30, and on Friday the stand-up is totally at a personal level. So we discuss anything but work, so movies, family, pets, etc. So I know one of my team member has three lovebirds. So he showed us pictures of those. Uh, One of my team members is learning how to cook from his mother on Zoom, which is amazing. One of my
I
team
bet the
member
mother,
loves to dance.
I bet the mom is like, taste mat karana, Zoom pe taste kara de, wahi theek hai mere liye.
No, he's saying he said to me मैंने आटा गूंदना सीखा. I said, how was that? So he's saying my mother showed it to me on Zoom. I said, yeah, because that is one thing that cannot be told to you. It has to be shown to you. So I'm inspired by that story, and I started teaching my sons how to cook because I don't want them to get stuck like this someday,
Yeah, but
eating Maggie.
that is a hard.
There's no Maggie available in any of the ration shops, thanks to all the bachelors.
Yep. Imagine us going into a lockdown when Maggie was banned for that brief stint.
Oh God,
I
imagine.
hear people buying other stuff which is more expensive. Maggie would have been the most expensive, like expensive than gold for bachelors at
That's
least.
our dinner. Utkarsh, that's my dinner. Sunday dinner.
Yeah, in a
When
couple of
I'm on a
hours.
holiday. Yeah, couple of hours.
Right. So yeah, you just mentioned that one of your colleagues showed you a picture of their lovebirds, right?
Yeah.
Some pair of lovebirds. I have two pictures to show you and ask you a couple of questions about them. Just
Okay.
pulling it up on my screen
Scary.
now. There.
Oh, oh God. You put them up here. And the scary one.
No, it's not the scary one. I would say this is hauntingly beautiful. Tell us more about what was on your mind when you were painting Madhubala, and of course, we'll get on to the
She's
next
not
picture later.
Madhubala, she's Meena Kumari.
My bad. I'm so sorry.
see, see,
Meena
Utkarsh, not
Kumari.
your generation.
Yeah, that's all right.
She's my generation.
See, I am anyhow very shorthand in these matters. आप मुझे जैकलीन का भी फोटो दिखाते तो भी मैंने शायद ही नहीं पहचान पाता उसको. And she's from my generation, so yeah. But yeah, tell me, what was on your mind when you were drawing her?
No, that was one of my first powder shadings, which I did in 1995. That's 1995. Nothing was on my mind. I just wanted to learn that art, and I had a fantastic guru.
Okay.
He's one of the very few people in India who really knows that he's no more and who knew that art. So he always said to all his students that keep it alive because not too many people know of it. And the other scary old man is what I'm doing right now because I have so much free time now because the commute is not there and getting ready to work is not there. So I actually have free time, and on weekends I started sketching again, powder
Well,
shading actually.
that sounds
So
amazing. That sounds amazing. No, but could you tell me a little more as to what goes through your head when you're doing this particular? So if you want to really zoom into it, when I look at this picture of this old man and I see the wrinkles around his eyes, or when I look at Meena Kumari's eyes, they are at a particular angle. I'm sure that this is verbatim from a picture that you saw of her at some point in
yep.
time. But when you were drawing them as an artist, what do you think goes through your head when you're drawing her eyes and his wrinkles and their facial features? In the spot? I'm so
So
sorry. I just wanted to ask you this.
it's but there's one thing that my guru taught me that start with the eyes. It's all in the eyes. It's the emotions that come in the eyes. So if your picture doesn't capture the emotions, the eyes don't capture the emotions. Let go. Don't continue with the picture. Just tear it and throw it away. So that's what goes in my mind.
Wonderful. Wow. Devika, thank you so much for giving such brief answers to all these subjective questions that I've asked so far. Now is the time for some personal questions, and I'll try to keep them as objective as I can. This is going to be a rapid. Okay. So from our interpersonal conversations, I have learned that you've been to a couple of concerts. One of the best concerts, except for the Jagjit Singh concert that you had mentioned, that you've been to.
Jagjit Singh. Why did you say except for Jagjit Singh?
Okay. No,
And
because
you know
I
why it
was.
was
Yeah.
I
Go
have
ahead.
to tell you why it was special because it
Sure.
was in US. It was in Connecticut that I
All
went for
right.
the Jagjit Singh concert. So it was
All right.
beautiful. Never
Lovely.
expected to see it there.
Okay, so now that I have you in my corner, one song that you think is immortal by Jagjit Singh, you'll have to sing me two lines from that song.
I can't sing. I can say it. You can sing it.
Okay, we'll do. We will sing it along.
No, no, you can sing it. But my utmost favorite is Hoto Se Chulo To. So you can sing Utkarsh.
Okay. आकाश का सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मन में पायल छनकाती तुम आ जाओ जीवन में. Isn't that beautiful? I just love his songs.
I do.
Thank you. I love that song that you sent me the most. I think that is one of the best songs from Jagjit Singh. Uh, do you remember the title of the song that you sent me?
I sent you lots of them. Which one did you like the best?
Well, uh, some of the title evades me right now. It was
उस मोड़
I'll
से
come back
शुरू
to it.
करो.
So it's more se shuru kare. Oh, that was amazing. That was absolutely mind blowing. Okay, one little something that you're really good at. Small or big doesn't matter. Not work related.
Sketching.
That's the hobby. We've already covered that. Tell me something else.
Gardening. I love gardening. So you have to, maybe I can show it to you this way. That's my
Oh,
garden.
beautiful. How beautiful is that?
I spend my time here.
Wish. Well, once the lockdown is done, I'd like to visit this place. This looks amazing.
Definitely.
This was a self invite to your place. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Please come over. You stay very close by.
All right. If you could snap your fingers and turn into whatever you wish, what would you want to turn into?
I'm a huge fan of Indira Nui. I just love her and would love to be a leader like her.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well,
And I have to tell
those
you
are
why I like her.
certainly. Please go ahead.
Not only is she a businesswoman, but I think she talks a lot about her family, her children, and her sacrifices that she made as a working woman, like the time she couldn't spend with her children. So it's very brave of her to actually admit that. And that's why I like her. She's very normal as a leader.
All right. Uh, Fine. Wonder Woman is a character that I've always been very fascinated with because of the movie. Of course, DC does a fabulous job at portraying her. If you woke up at one as Wonder Woman next day, tomorrow morning, what would be the first thing that you would do?
Try to turn my children around, especially the older one. He doesn't listen to me.
Wow, you would do that as Wonder Woman? Wow.
Yeah, because only a Wonder Woman can change that, not any normal woman. Or
Well, that
maybe his
was
girlfriend can.
my my word. Yeah, do that effect girlfriends do have, yes. Well, that was a very candid and nice answer. Thank you so much. Well, Devika, I think that's about it from my end. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for this initiative in the first place. A lot of people who I have spoken with during the Kasakai Ideas campaign have always gone back and reflected on thank you for starting this initiative. And I always turn around and say, well, I'm not the one who's thought of this, so I will have to in turn thank those who have started this. So thank you, and thanks to whoever a part of this is, whoever's thought of this. I hope to keep this conversation going. And before we depart, one informal message to all your colleagues at Ideas Fam.
I think I just yesterday read a quote by John F. Kennedy, and in which he says that crisis, when written in Chinese, has two parts to it. So one part is dangerous, and the other part is opportunity. So I think, guys, we all need to look at the opportunity to this, and we all have. So I'm going to say to the Ideas family that please do all the things right now in the lockdown phase, because you have a lot of time. Do all the things you thought that you wanted to do and were never able to do it, because I've started doing a lot of things that I never imagined I would have. And Utkarsh, I've started cooking well. I used to cook but now I cook well. So that's the difference. And my family started telling me that, so I'm sure it's true.
Well,
So thank you.
well, I
And
hope we
stay
come out
safe.
of this lockdown very well in time, as soon as we can. And I hope to come back to office and probably try one or two of the things that you cook at home. This has been a very reflective conversation. Thank you so much for joining in, and I shall speak with you soon again.